Good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a real pleasure to be talking to you here today in such palatial surroundings and to celebrate such a fantastic occasion. First of all, I'd just like to reiterate a big thanks to my opposite numbers, Helen and Laura, the bridesmaids. They look absolutely fantastic. Yay! Outshone only, ladies and gentlemen, outshone only by our beautiful bride, Marie. Hey! Now, would you like to hear a few stories about my best mucker, Craig Finlay? I'm sure you would. I'm sure you would. Now, I can imagine over the years, many a best man's been stood in this scenario, trying to think of funny and embarrassing stories, just to kind of rack in his brain, thinking of funny and embarrassing stories about the groom. And to be brutally honest, ladies and gentlemen, I find myself in a very fortunate position, a position which I intend on taking furious advantage of for your pleasure. I'd like to take you back. I've written a few words down, but I'd like to keep it from hand off the cuff if possible. And I'd like to take you back to Bathgate Centre 1994. White laughing at you were there as well. And there are a few familiar faces in here from those days. And if you didn't know anything about Bathgate Centre back in those days, it was more or less the social epicentre of the adolescent calendar. Every Friday you were absolutely looking forward to Bathgate Centre because you also had something going down. It was a kind of disco, and it was something special. And I can remember the fateful evening when I was walking into Bathgate Centre and I bumped into Craig for the first time. Kev Smith on one side, Billy Miller on the other, Christopher Keesey at the back. I called him Keesey at the time, still do. And there he was, this tall, gangly, lugubrious character stood in front of me with an interesting fashion sense. I'd like to take you through it, ladies and gentlemen, because it was an eclectic wardrobe. Skin-tight chinos. The seam was still running in the front of them, you know. I mean, they weren't quite painted on, but you could tell they'd rubbed a bit of sweet grease in the legs before they jumped into car boys. Massively oversized imitation Dolce & Gabbana body warmer. I say imitation, they fought the corner on that for years, but as far as I was concerned, the fact it said Gabbana and Dolce in the back was cheers, Kev. And of course, who could forget Craig Finlay's Rockport cap, which stayed with him, was welded to his melon for the best part of 4 years. I think Graham and Marion used to have to use a crowbar to get it up every night before he went to bed. But it was quite beautiful. It was quite beautiful. It was a good look. And we started talking to each other, and we realised we had quite a bit in common. We're both pretty good football players. What are you laughing at? Craig decided to take it that one step further to check the results, ladies and gentlemen. I decided to stop there at the time. And obviously, we were both naturally gifted rave dancers, and Greg Barnes Craig always maintained he was better with his feet, but I took some beating the glow sticks. So anyway, we used to stomp around Bathgate Centre with verve, and we bumped into a few characters, a few familiar faces in here, and you know who you are. And over the years, the faces have come and gone. More have came than gone by the number that went to Craig Finlay Stag. But it was, as I say, it was pretty good, and the scenery changed as well. We went from the centre up the Style. I'm sure a few characters in here remember the Style, if you do. And obviously there was such cultural hotspots in Bathgate as the Twig, Room at the Top, the Dreadnought, sadly no longer with us, but that's an interesting one. And they were lukewarm at the best of times. But no speech to Craig would be complete without mentioning them. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm under strict instructions. Strict instructions. Not to mention any of the 4 or 5 indeed holidays we went abroad with the lads. And some of these interesting scenarios that Craig got up to over there. You don't want to hear anything about that, ladies and gentlemen, do you? Yay! Are you fussed? Well, if you insist. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, what you must remember about Craig Finlay is that he's a great guy. He's an absolutely great guy, but he's a wee bit of a gullible man sometimes. I mean, he thought Ellesmere Port was a table wine when I first bumped into him. He thought Sheffield Bridge was the after show of Tuesday. He thought Alfred Hitchcock was a jockstrap. Meet me halfway, yeah, meet me halfway. No, but seriously, and this is a bona fide fact, while on holiday in Magaluf one year, this guy managed to spend 70 quid at a free bar. 70 quid at a free bar, I can remember him the next day. And we've had accountants involved, and we just kind of figured out how he done it. It's not been done before, and it's not been done since. There was a time we got the wrong end of the stick at a vodka snorting contest. That's a private joke, ladies and gentlemen, but you can imagine what it must have been like the next day. And there was the time that Craig, a vain man, quite a vain man, but a wonderful human being all the same, decided to, he was getting a bit abusive about his chest hair one year, so he decided to perform a home wax to hilarious results. And unfortunately, he never had the pain threshold to ride it through, so he ended up with this zodiac sign on his chest, which the lads had an absolute field day with it, I'm sure you can imagine. And I mean, over the years, I've tried to get him involved in new things on holiday. For example, there was a time I tried to broaden our horizons and do a bit of scuba diving. So all the lads were all obviously ready for it. What we said was, listen, whatever you do, the night before we go scuba diving, take it easy. Just take it easy. It's going to be a big go, right? We're really looking forward to it. So there was Graham Landos and myself playing chess, drinking some J2O. and Craig gave me that look that he normally does. It's just kind of, do you fancy a sarsaparilla? So basically, to which I responded, all right then, but if he had stopped at one, then it would have been in with half a chance. But he then went on to break the Sportsman's Bar record in Malaya for the number of flaming Lamborghinis consumed in one night. The previous record was one because they were absolutely ganting the bit of an exocet missile. But, needless to say, the next day the beauty of the reef wasn't fully enjoyed by Craig. And the combination of his breath and an oxygen canister might not have been 100% kosher. In many ways you could say it wasn't a marriage made in heaven, but you'll like this link, ladies and gentlemen. That's exactly what we're here to celebrate.
Oh! Brilliant! Brilliant! Genius!
I must say, it's absolutely fantastic. No, the lads are so pleased that Craig's finally found somebody that'll put up with him. But no, in all honesty, it's, I've known Craig and Marie for quite some time now. It's over 5 years, and I'd like to consider me a good friend as well. And she really does deserve a good husband. It's just unfortunate Craig managed to get in there before she found one. I jest, ladies and gentlemen, I jest. They're absolutely fantastic, and that's 5 years they've known each other, as I say, and they've moved down to Warrington, and to be brutally honest, they're not getting them to be honest, because I let them press and they try to get down closer to them. But they're only good in that respect, and who's nitpicking?
Yes!
But I must say, I help out where I can. I mean, it wasn't the other day when Craig gave us a bell, and he said, Jason, I'm having some severe problems with the toilet flushing mechanism in the house. You might want to get yourself down and give us a hand. I said, he was actually going to phone a plumber, ladies and gentlemen, so I said, whatever you do, Craig, I'm a chemical engineer, I'll come round and sort it out, free of charge. So ladies and gentlemen, then I went round and sorted it, fitted the new mechanism, absolutely free of charge, and that was it, everybody was happy. I tend to gloss over the fact that the emergency plumber was then called out and we flooded the tanning salon below. But as long as they know that I'll always be there for them, that's all I'm
Yay!
Now, as is custom for the best man, I'd like to offer them some advice as they go into the union of marriage, but unfortunately that's where my words run short. So I'd like to quote somebody who seemed to know what they were talking about, called Marcus Aurelius, and the guys know I love this guy's work. It basically says, accept things to which fate binds you, and love people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart. And profound in its simplicity, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's exactly what Craig and Marie are doing today. It's a celebration of their marriage and their love for each other, and I think it's absolutely fantastic. And without further ado, and with no more gilding of the lily, I'd just like to wish you all a fantastic evening. What better way to do it? What better way to do it? In such palatial surroundings and with such a fantastic group of people. Can I just ask you to charge your glasses once again and be outstanding? The bride and groom.
Hey! Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Shut up.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, to bring the speech